Today's episode is proudly brought to you by Wooden Spooners. Welcome back to another episode. We are here at Jeremy's place. Location unknown, of course.
Private, undisclosed.
Undisclosed location. Anyway, we're here with someone who's already been on the show, and it's been officially a year of being the first female rap of the show. Like the first female rapper, yeah. She's a rapper. She was the first female guest on the show this about a year ago, and then now she's back on. So Vanessa, welcome back. How's things been?
Thank you. It's been over a year. Like we've been trying to lock this in, and then finally we're here.
Finally.
Yeah, and I feel like we've grown so much. Like blow our own but
no.
Like just honestly, from afar, because we haven't met in a full year. Like I only met you in person when we did the podcast, and then we met again when I did my master class. And then nothing. I did a masterclass thing like in September last year. And then now it's 1 year after this.
Yeah, 1 year.
Full.
1 year full. Wow. Time flies, honestly.
Yeah.
And can I just say, I love how you've come out of your shell from 1 year ago. Like, the chains, man.
Yep.
If you've seen it like 1 year ago, you'll know how much she's changed from like making content in general. Like your videos have gone from like, to like, wow, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. It's working.
But walk me through the process. How do you do it? Like, do you do it yourself or someone helps you do
basically
the videos?
I do all my content by myself. I try to do the masterclass to have it in the course, but that's totally evolved to me rebuilding the course. And I mean, the masterclass, I had someone shoot it, and MB shot it for me, and all you guys were in there with me, but that didn't pan out too much for the purpose of the course itself.
Oh, yes, right, because you were trying to do that for the course.
Yes.
But then that didn't pan out. What was it? Why was it? What happened?
Oh, like you said, I was pretty shitty presenting. Like it was just it was just like when you just got the feeling and then you just rush into it. And I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the skill set. And now I feel like I've built, like after that, I was like, nope. I learned something about, no, I could do better than that for the purpose of what I'm trying to sell. So I had to scrap that bit.
Scrap that off.
Yeah.
Entirely, or just keeping some?
Oh, the vision is there, the content or the structure of the course, what I want to teach, but the delivery of it. I don't want that. What you saw in the masterclass, that's not going to happen in the course. It'll be way better.
No, but can I just say, like, it's still, for masterclass perspective, that's the first time I've attended, and like for me, that's the level that I expected now. You get what I mean? So even though to you it was bad, to me it was like something new, and I received it well because I learned a lot from just one class rather than like a course throughout, I don't know, 6 months or something. Because how you condensed everything, yes, it was a bit condensed, and it was a bit like, okay, how do I know about this? Where you take it into your own hands, where you go
apply it in your circumstances. Yeah.
But overall, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like it was bad. Yeah. It's just as a creator, you know. Oh, okay, I did this, and I can improve it to something I feel good enough and so confident enough to start selling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So it's like you're measuring yourself with yourself, and you know that you can do better, so you just want to do better.
Yes.
That's
not chasing perfection, because we can be perfectionist about stuff.
Perfection.
Yeah, but getting to that point where now I'm confident to sell it, and then after you sell it, you're gonna keep on improving. I mean, that's the game, where you just keep on improving something, but you gotta draw the line somewhere, put it out there, and then go from there.
Okay. Yeah. I love that you say about like not being a perfectionist, because a lot of people like think, wait for the right time, wait for the perfect moment. It's not done yet, and then we just end up like procrastinating, and we never do like get stuff done, right?
Yep.
And I think, I do this every time. It's like I said this on the Shock 23 podcast. It's gonna come out soon. Make a decision within the first 10 seconds of it coming up, and then deal with the consequences later. And it's a good thing, but I don't recommend anyone doing it, honestly. Like, wow. Because if you have a decision that pops up, life-changing, taking a bus or going to work, whatever. Make that choice within the first 10 seconds, and then you deal with the consequences. It's not a good thing to do. No. But it helps. It helps.
Yeah, and it happens. I mean, that's what happened for my masterclass. Sorry.
No, I mean, it should be BSP model for the loan department. For their financing.
Okay, yes. But I was going to say, with the old new redesign course, how is that going so far? Do you have a launch date? Is it out already?
So I'm building it. I'm rebuilding it. So from the masterclass, for people who don't know, I put out a masterclass, gave it to free for a bunch of people that I felt comfortable with, which included Yabil, of course, because he had me on the podcast, and a few other young, inspiring entrepreneurs, small business owners that I felt comfortable with, because the scary stuff you're doing, public speaking, all that kind of thing. So I chose specifically around 10 to 15 people, which included Yabil, there to just hear me out, to see if they liked what I put out. And by the sounds of it, like you felt like you learned something.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And so what I realized, and as I was, after the masterclass, I learned that, to be an educator, to create courses so people actually transform from a point A to point B, I need to include learning experiences, which was what you said was missing out. Hey, how am I gonna get this information and apply it in my business? So that's where the course comes in. So masterclass is, just probably more informational with a little bit of application, and then a course is where you bring them to the real meat of the thing, point A to point B. So this course that I'm building now, like when I did a masterclass, I didn't have what system are you going to use? So the course this time, you're building your digital filing system. So your finances.
Right.
Jeremy could relate. So in finance, we're really big on organization. In accounting, you have to be organized. Time matters. Dates when payments were made, when you made payments. All this need to be in order to create financial statements for your business. So that system is in the course. So I help you build that in your cloud drive, and then teach some stuff about taxes, because everyone wants to know how much tax they're going to pay in their business. I've had that question so many times. I'm like, how am I going to answer this question? And finally, I figured out how to do it in this course. And it's super beneficial because I know no one else is doing it, but you get to know how much, at least estimate the maximum one. You get the tax return form. You know exactly which form applies to your business, because there's actually like 5 different forms. And then people are like, which one is mine? And some people don't even know those forms to complete.
Yeah, no. What is taxes anyway?
Yeah, what is it?
IRC's website is very vague as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not listed there, but how are they going to know? So that the course will lead you to knowing which one applies to your business, putting it in your system, and using it to calculate your taxes, your estimate. It's an estimate.
Estimate taxes, right?
Yep. So that'll be the maximum amount. And then I teach you how to legally reduce it, like the concepts and the ways and the system and the process. And yes.
Okay.
The fight, like basically you can claim to pay less taxes if you kept your business records. You got the proof there. You file it away and it's there. When the IRC if they ask you, it's there in your system to give it to them, show them that, yep, you can claim this tax deduction to reduce your tax. So that process, that foundation. So the course I didn't mention, but it's titled Dominate Your Business Money Management Foundations Digitally. So that's setting up your cloud drive system for finance, business record keeping, because it's 21st century, is it? AI is already here, and if you're keeping paper records, or if you're not keeping, man, you're behind. Get with it. Use a cloud drive. I give you, which I use. This is exactly the system that I use myself as an accountant of 14 years, and in my small business that helps me to keep up to date with my taxes and my bookkeeping. So that's the system that I sell you to put it into your business, actually apply it in your real life. So that's the outcome. Eh?
Yeah.
So you learn about your taxes, how to calculate it, get your tax return form into your system, know how to legally reduce your taxes, because everyone's trying to think about how to illegally reduce it without knowing that it's common knowledge to people who know it like me, how to do that. So I teach you that, and using the system to do all that. So by the end of the course, you're ready to collaborate with an accountant. You're ready to go use to engage with them to use the online accounting software and get to the professional standard to help you have financial clarity in your business.
I feel like a lot of people think that if they take this course, that it might be, not a lot of people, I'm generalizing here, but it might be an assumption that if they take your course, then they can do the taxes themselves and they don't need an accountant, right? But the last statement you made, where the course will help you get to a point where it's easier for you to work with an accountant, right?
Yeah.
So the basic stuff you cover in the course.
Yeah. The really good point, because to be an accountant, like Jeremy knows how hard we had to, the time spent. Like, we can't teach you accounting. You go get that degree at university or whatever. Spend 4 years.
Yeah.
But we've done it already. I've done 4 years at uni. I've done CPA qualification. I've worked at an accounting firm, 2 accounting firms, top tier, big 4 firms. So all that experience gets condensed into a course that applies to that client that I want to serve. Yeah. And it's not teaching you accounting per se, because that's just too big of a world to even. Yeah.
So if you want to learn
what's relevant.
Yeah, what's relevant for you to get to an accountant, a qualified, because you could go to any accountant, but maybe they've got the name there, but they don't have the skill set and the experience to bring you through bookkeeping and tax compliance in a way that's safe, not risky for your business. Because if you get it wrong, that's risky for your business.
Yeah. A lot of SMEs tend to go to people they know to do their taxes. Are there anything that can combat that? Is there systems or laws in place? Would you know? If I have a business and Jeremy's an accountant, obviously he's not certified, but I go to him hey man, help me do my books. Is that legal?
So
it depends, because for audited financial reports, I can't endorse them.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm not a CPA.
Yeah.
Obviously, a registered CPA would do that. But
actually, it's the accounting public accountant. So I'm a CPA, but I'm not a public accountant. I have to actually apply for licenses to get that one.
Okay. But a public accountant has to sign off on that.
And
that would be for compliance with, maybe if you're trying to get a different level of a loan, or maybe some kind of funding like AusAid or something. There's a lot of opportunities that you can.
Yeah, if DFED wanted to give you some funding, and
that you could use with proper audited, stamped, certified financial reports.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's laws in the industry in accounting to get certain certifications. Yeah. So that's something I had to actually dive into before I started my business, because I was like, no, what if I'm breaking some laws? Because I came from a level of in the industry where they really complied with these laws, and they taught us to do things professionally, properly. But the reality too is the SMEs here, they actually need these things.
Yep.
Some don't know they need it. So how am I going to come in and close that gap? That's why I do what I do with the educational content and whatnot.
There's an education gap in that. How are you finding it so far? Have you seen a good growth in the awareness itself in tax?
Absolutely, yeah. When I started my Hello Taxman brand in September 2021, that was just to put it out there to see if anyone's interested to even know about what tax is. Hey, that was just market research for me personally. And then slowly some online follow, and they're like, hey, yeah, we're interested. There's nothing like. Then I was like, okay, I got something now. Then I started to build up from that. And then this year, February, I changed my branding.
What was that? Why did you went change
from Hello Taxman to my personal brand? Because now I want to be a personal brand. The thing is, I needed my face to be on there for people to actually relate to me.
Yes.
That I learned that, and the logo wasn't cutting it. 10 months, and it was I was shy. I was there's all this fear about coming out online and putting your face out there, and that was for 10 months until July 22 when I got on the New Net podcast, and then on your podcast. And as soon as people started seeing your face, now they're like, okay, now I'm human being, ever me following. Then the following started to increase from there, and the visibility. I realized that it needs to be a personal brand with my face fronting it. And two, because I knew by then I knew I'm not just going to be talking about tax. I want to be talking other stuff in the future. So that's just positioning the brand to get to those other topics when I eventually get there.
Okay. Yeah. That's good, because like I was gonna ask you to do that, but it's good you learn from yourself, because people can identify to people and not just a brand, That's what like big brands like Coke and SB and all of them, you see the billboards, there's always someone there's not just the brand sells itself through emotions and a face, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be able to identify with a certain emotion. Like Coke goes with fun times, magic, and all of that, and then SP's like gatherings and family and family.
Family.
But personal brands are important. A lot of people they sleep on it. They still do now.
Yeah.
But in 2023, I think the best thing you can do, regardless of if you're working for someone or if you're like starting a small business, is to start a brand. And a brand is like, what is a brand? Let's define it, right? What do you think a brand is?
You. It's you. What you stand for, what you're selling, but with that human touch. Not like, I'm selling accounting service. I mean, boring. I'm selling tax compliance. Boring. Put it. As soon as you come out with a brand, like, it piques people's interest because it's you.
Yeah.
You. But there's a difference, that's you in your, in the bed when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. There's personal you, and then there's...
And there's brand you.
There's brand you, yes.
The perception, how you want the world to see you. The vibes you want to give off, so that people who get your vibes come to you for whatever you're selling.
That is so true, because people don't... There's this saying I forgot who said it, but like, people don't buy from brands. I mean, people don't buy from other businesses. They buy from people.
People buy from people.
Yeah. So business is all about people. Once you get your people skills down, then you'll be down.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, really? I've had the privilege of mingling with a lot of people, right? And the one thing I've noticed from like people who are way up in like their career and they're doing pretty well for themselves, and people who are just down, and then people who are doing okay. All of them who are in a trajectory of doing well for themselves have this common thing of like they're really good with people.
Yeah, high energy, charismatic.
Yeah. And you have to be, because if you're not good with people, then you can't really do business well, because at the end of the day, people gotta like you. You gotta be.
People do business with people they like.
Yeah. Deals are made in the clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Scratch that. Okay.
More deals and stuff get made over like a coffee or lunch or
Than in an office.
That's
when
you're
connected
stuff.
to the person.
That's back end, just setting people
Formalizing.
up. Formalize setting up like as a supplier or vendor or whatever. But the real deal where things get hashed out is getting coffee with someone, getting lunch with someone, having dinner, or
So like if you're in back to my point, if you have a job right now, and if you retire in 10 years time, where do you start from? Like, where's your personal brand? You get what I mean? Like for your case, and you're building it now. Imagine if you started it while you were in your job. You probably have a platform already to build from, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I never imagined.
Yeah.
That was not in my dream. That was not in my scope of possibility.
Because that's not what we're taught to do. Like, we just go do your job, get paid, come back home. We're scared, people are going to see me. What do I know? But then you went to school for 4 years learning about something to build someone's empire, and then you're not putting the energy to building something that's your own thing. That's just it. It's just weird to me that people don't do that. Anyway, what do you think, man?
No, you're right.
So Jeremy's going to start a podcast. We're going to put it
the Wooden Spoon podcast.
I mean, Wooden Spoon.
For all the underdogs.
Probably should.
That's actually a good name for a rugby podcast.
The Wooden Spoon is.
The Wooden Spoon is, yeah. We should do that, honestly, actually. That's a good name. Anyway, we're segueing here. But I want to go back to starting like the brands and stuff. It's not easy work. You have to put in a lot of man hours. And coming this far, how was it like managing your kids and doing this at the same time? What's that like?
It's insane. It's insane. Like, it's insane, but it's also why I got the confidence to even start the business in the first place. Like, I like I said when you asked me about branding, if I started this before I had my kids, I was working and I had no capacity to imagine myself starting my own thing and building my own brand, doing anything that I'm doing now. It was just like, it's like a tiny little star so way out in the distance. Like, yeah, maybe one day I'll start my business. And then I had the kids. Then I had the kids and I went down like one of my darkest moments in life. Like it's called matrescence. I've learned that it's called matrescence. It's like adolescence when you're from a child to an adult.
Oh yeah, okay.
That middle phase, and you know all that emotional, psychological, physiological changes that happen for you to transform into an adult. That teenage tumultuous, period. So in motherhood, it's called matrescence. It's when a woman is not yet a mother, and then they become a mother, and to graduate to this level of, I feel like I've got this in some sense. So I went down this thing, and I thought it was like postpartum depression, anxiety, but then you have to be actually professionally diagnosed with these things to say you have it.
Really?
So I couldn't really say that, but it felt like that because it has elements of those feelings, like the anxiety and the depression that I went through when I had my first kid, and then the second one came 2 years after, which I didn't expect because I had trouble with fertility, even having my first kid. So when I had my first kid, I thought, maybe it's gonna be a while until I have my second one, and then it came 2 years in the middle of COVID.
Continue, matrescence.
There's so mattresses. Yeah.
Matrescence.
So it's that kind of like that period where you're changing from being just a woman to being a mother now with kids and the motherhood lifestyle. And before that, I was like, I got this. Even before the experience, somehow you're like, I got life. I'm going to be killer mom. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be the calm, cool parent to my child. And then for me, when it hit, I was like, poof, nah. Like I started finding out, like, man, I've got some trauma to deal with. I've got space to heal. I couldn't just naturally be this parent that I thought I could be. And that, the guilt, and I started sliding lower and lower into depression and just anxiety about, man, I'm not this person that I thought I am.
Thought I was,
Yeah. And so when the second kid came, my first one was 2 years old. That's toddler. And for like, you guys don't have kids yet, but if you've seen toddlers, like in life, there's toddler. There's toddler and teenage. Those are the two most, stormy periods in your life, because you're changing from baby to a child, or from child to adult. So psychologically, everything's just a bit stormy.
So much emotion.
Tantrum.
Yep.
So much energy.
To deal with. So I had my kid at 2, and then my newborn, and myself. And I wanted to be the superwoman who could do it all without any help. I didn't want anyone else to come into the home. I wanted to do it by myself. And life taught me that I need help. It was my mom, of course, moms. And mom was like, no, shut up and get your cousin in to help you, because I was losing weight. I was just crying every day, just depressed. I couldn't function like I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then the lowest point was when I woke up out of bed one morning and I looked at my newborn next to me and my kid, my toddler in the cot, and I was like, I don't think I'm capable. I don't think I can. And like, that's when you give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you question your ability. And to me, that's the lowest point. Like, you got to have that self-belief, like, I can. Even hard, I can. But that time I was like, man.
No, I can't do this anymore.
I can't. And then it's like, how could you say that? You've been wanting these children for all this time. You got friends who can't have kids. How can you say that? And then, I guilt trip myself again. It's like, oh, assembler you. How could you say that? Like, shame on you. And like, I just kept going down, and then losing, like, it became physical now. I was losing too much weight. My hair was thinning out. And then my mom was like, yep, no, you just shut up and get your cousin here and help you with the newborn and, just get your energy back.
Yeah.
And so, like, when my cousin came and I finally accepted help, and I had time to actually go on social media and start looking for the kind of help that I needed. So social media saved me. Like, just look.
So you self-diagnosed yourself
through watching videos and following on social media parental experts, listening to podcasts. That's why I'm such a huge believer in podcasts now, because it literally saved my life. Yeah. Just listening to qualified, experienced people talk about shit that you're going through.
Who was one person you listened to?
Okay, the one that changed, that really clicked to get out of my negative self patterns. Self-talk was Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay.
Yeah, look him up. He's really popular in the mindset space. But yeah, and his podcast with Jay Shetty.
Jay
Shetty. And that one, I just listened on repeat until I could get out of this guilt tripping that I was going down on. Just noticing when you have the negative patterns and then breaking them, consciously breaking them, and so that your brain now goes into that good thought pattern.
Mind shift.
Yeah,
literally
that mind shift. Literally, like, I totally been through that through podcast, for free. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then just listening to that and getting out of that negative thought pattern, because it's human to go through it, but when you become conscious of it and you can pick it up and break that pattern, break it and go reframe your mind to get into the hope. It's fear or hope. That's two separate things. You either living in fear or you breaking it and looking to hope. So that was it that changed me. And it was because I went through the low moments with the kids that I got space and help.
Yeah.
Thanks to mom and my sister, my cousin, who came in to help me with the newborn. So that was 2 years. But from the time frame, just to give a time frame, that was February of 2021 that she came in.
Oh, wow, it was recent.
September of 2021, I started my business in the same year.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, sorry, I'm blowing my
no, it is.
It's incredible, but I just want people to know that it's possible. It's possible. And I did that because I was alone and I had completely shut myself out from the world. So I didn't have any outside, external influence to say, what are you doing? That's what are you trying?
Crazy person.
Yeah, what
is affirmation?
Yeah. I just shut all of that out, and in that moment, like in that period, just totally focusing on healing yourself and building yourself back up with no outside influence. And then by the time you're out, and then you're like, who can touch me? Like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, you're gonna say what you wanna say, but this is for me now.
Yeah.
So it's a journey for me, because I'm almost 40. 2 years time, I'm 40, and man, I want my business to be booming by then. So I'm on that path. Like, I need to make it, if not for myself, but for my children now, because I've got kids there. I want them to see a parent who's living in hope, in fulfilling their dreams. And my company tagline is create your dreams, and it's for that purpose. I want my children to be around that energy.
Yeah To be like, that's my mom, she loves what she's doing,
so I can do it too. It's possible for me.
It's so unspoken of, but like having a parent around, especially when you're in the young age and seeing them do something that they love, it creates such a different environment, honestly. Like, as a kid, my parents didn't really like what they were doing, right? My mom loved teaching, I'm not gonna lie. She would do it even if she didn't get paid. That's why like a lot of the things that I do resembles what she does, because she loves to, help people, teach people, get in touch with people. But my dad, he didn't really like what he was doing, but
he was successful at it.
But he was doing it because he had us to take care of.
Obligations.
Obligations in life. But going back to my point is like, if you have a really good environment growing up in, you'll thrive at a different level that other people around you in the same street wouldn't be as good at. Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. There's a privilege in that. I mean, it's a privilege.
It is, yeah.
And grab it when you have it.
Yeah.
Because some people can grow around in that energy, but still somehow end up on a different path. Like,
these people, I just don't get. I think it's, for that one, I think it's more of an external thing. Like, even if your household is religious and is like good, positive energy, parents are doing well, they're doing what they love, but then it's the group of people that they themselves hang around with. That's where it kind of like, peer pressure, I mean, people define it in different ways, but I think it's the thing that a lot of people don't notice is like, it's a subconscious thing. Even if you don't say, oh, they're going out drinking, I don't drink, but you still go out with them anyway. Eventually it'll lead to you start to drink, you know? But it's just the people you hang around with have more influence on you subconsciously than you think.
Yes, after your period of childhood. So in psychology, like from birth to 7 or 10 years, that's when your home is the most influential on your brain. Everything here manifests in your adult life when you low self-esteem, everything else. So Dr. Joe Dispenza and other qualified people talk about this. So
But it is possible to break out of that, right?
Totally.
We're not saying you're doomed when you're like
it's
7.
just a lot harder later on.
It is, yeah.
Because like you're not just building up the walls, you're also tearing them down and then putting new ones
Yep.
up. It would have been better if you just make good walls in the first place.
Yeah. But nothing can be perfect. Like, at the end of the day, everyone's, you grow with some pain. Yeah. You can't grow without the pain.
Yeah, we all grew up with trauma one way or the other. Good, like going back to your point, you had to go to a low point. So you literally tear down your walls and then you build new foundations and new principles and new beliefs for yourself, right?
Yep. And that's mattress sense from being a woman, and now I'm a mother. And that low point is what made me, well, having kids made me a mother, but that new personality, that new self, your higher self, better self. Yeah.
I mean, you have more purpose in your life now. I mean, you're having kids is way more fulfilling now, and everything you do, it just multiplies like that, the whole motherhood and everything you accomplish.
Not just motherhood, shout out to the fathers. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this without my husband and his support. So parenthood.
Parenthood.
But just because I'm a mother, I'm just saying, mama.
I mean, that's like life's ultimate purpose is to have a family.
Oh yeah, of course. It's said in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Like, man, honestly, I'm blown away by what you've gone through in just a short period of time. What was recognizing negative thoughts and dealing with them, there's a lot of patterns that you can go down. You can either write it, you can either tell it yourself in your brain. How do you handle it? Like, if you say a negative thought just pops up in your head.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, you can slip back to not recognizing it.
Yes.
And then in my behavior, if I'm snappy to my kid, whoa, pass him out, whoa. And then it's like, then I become conscious of it and face it. Like, many people, you don't want to face that. You're a shit person. I got to face it, and I called myself a shit person for a long time. And, long time as in that period to change and snap out of it. And then it's like, okay, I'm not too crap. I'm behaving like this because of something in my subconscious, and just dealing with that. So when I'm snappy to my kid, it's because I've got work. I just identify why some pressure law backside blow me. That's why I'm putting it on my child, and he doesn't deserve that. So it's apologizing to my kid.
Sorry.
And then reassessing my priorities. Hey, it's like work is more important than picking blow me, or in that moment I just have to readjust myself and my emotional state.
Bro, that's amazing. But a lot of people don't. I'm saying a lot of people, but some people, they don't recognize that you like press up or something. Yeah, you release mental opinion again.
Because it's called emotional regulation. It's a skill you have to learn if you didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
So if you grew up around emotionally unregulated people, then it becomes normal. You think it's a normal, or everyone just popping off at each other every day, being passive aggressive and all that. And then when you learn to be emotionally intelligent and grow your emotional regulation skills, which is what I learned during that mattress sense period to become a better parent myself, this emotional regulation and awareness, self-awareness, you know how people say self-awareness, which is happens with you first, and then you're more aware of the energy that people bring into your life. So then now I'm at the point where I will not bother going with collaborating with people with bad energy and all that, but which before the old Vanessa, man, I would just go go with anyone, walk over me, I won't even see it, so naive. But now it's like, nah, bye, next, you're now more emotionally aware. And for me, it's really big because the biggest influence was my husband, because he's a very self-aware person. So, and it took a while. Like I didn't learn that, I didn't appreciate it that much until after I had my breakthrough. And then I'm like, oh man, I've been living with this guy for 5 years before we married, and I had the kids like 2 years after, 7 years. And then I was like, oh, okay, I had this role model in my life. And then like when you get conscious about it, then you can really tap into it all the time. Like it's just there for you to tap into it. Yeah.
That's the thing. Self-awareness is not like something that can be forced onto you, right? You can't be like, oh, here you go, like swallow this. It's like when you get there, you get there. You get what I mean? So it's like...
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
You fight demons to get there. Literally.
Individual journey, man. Yeah. You can't... We can help you get there, like show you. But then ourselves, we know that like, it's a journey of your own. Like we can't force you to not have negative thoughts or not manage your emotions or not try to be aware of things around you. It's like a...
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You have to make that choice consciously.
Because if you don't, then you'll still be in that same place. And like, I don't know how to explain like self-awareness. It's just being
If
aware.
You know, you know.
Yeah, it's like if you know type of thing, right? It's like you have to be aware of everything and anything around you, as well as the energy, the emotions, the decisions you have to make. And all of it's an all-encompassing thing that kind of bleeds into your existence in general. You know?
Life skill. Yeah. I mean, I wish I had this life skill from day one, but
at school.
They should teach it at school, honestly.
Emotional health, and that could be something that people like from year 6 to 12. I mean, even if you never graduate, at least you know how to
emotional intelligence. As part of the curriculum.
How to be sensitive to yourself and others around you, and how that's affecting your mind space.
Because a lot of people...
And your outcomes in life, because it affects your outcomes in life.
Yeah, because maybe you don't get into the university you want or get the job you want, but...
How do you deal with that rejection?
Yeah, how do you
handle rejection?
Yeah.
But it's true.
I mean...
But then there's YouTube and university you can go to. It's free, so...
True.
YouTube University, shout out.
But I mean, when kids are in school, they're very receptive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of programming that goes on in school. Like schools, like they pump out good workers. They teach you how to sit in a place from a certain time, listen to someone give you instruction and follow that instruction, and then come out with a result, which is basically what any business is.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you said, man.
Yep.
Well, what are we gonna do about that?
No, but I'm saying somewhere along that line, they could try to massage in, you lessons on how to
regulate stuff. And
how to
self-awareness.
How to defend yourself emotionally. Stand up for yourself. Have better views about yourself. Have better self-talk.
Self-belief.
Because not everyone's gonna work in an office, but everyone has to live with their own thoughts every day.
That's the thing. You spend 90% of your time with yourself.
Yeah, and that's just as important as being able to read, write, do math, stuff like that. Basic life skills.
Basic life skills, yeah.
Basic being a human.
There's a saying from one of the podcasts I watch online. I forgot this guy, but he has this really articulating voice and presence about him that he says, you spend 90% of your time with yourself, so don't lose your trust. That is, for me, that means like you have to have a relationship with yourself where if you do something, or if you say you're going to do something, actually doing it is the key part, because then you build trust, right? Because if you don't, then you lose trust in yourself eventually to a point where what you say doesn't really have merit to yourself because you already lost the trust to yourself. So it's that self-talk, that self-assessment, that self-guilt, it's all that thing that you say to yourself in your head that always tends to be on the negative side. And I think Andrew Huberman said this, that like our brain is biologically wired to focus on the negative things because when we were like Paleolithic people, we always looked out for the negative things in the environment.
Because the bad things scare you.
Yeah, because bad things scare you.
Snake, tigers.
So
whatever.
like fear was our natural instinct because it helps us survive.
Yeah. Your brain protects you from danger.
So that's one of fear, and the other one, what was the other one you said? Hope. Fear and hope, yeah. So because of fear, we retract and then we hope for like the sun to come back up when that was back in the Paleolithic days, but we're not there anymore. But taking it into the modern context,
And now
you have to be like, you have to avoid
manage
fear? Manage
you can't
fear.
ever
You can't
avoid
avoid.
fear. Manage. You have to
Manage fear, right?
So that's where the conscious thing, when you feel the fear.
How do you, so if I'm trying to make a big, huge financial decision and there's all these fears of like, oh, I'm not going to make rent, I'm not going to make this much money, I'm not going to make that much money, you want to start a business, how do you manage that?
That comes to the self-belief now.
Yeah, okay.
How much risk are you willing to take? You know yourself enough to know how much risk you're willing to take. And, you know, that's how am I going to educate myself so I can take on more risk? Who am I going to have to become to take on this risk? Like, well, for me, when I started my business, when I registered Hello Taxman, I wanted it to be an app where people, SMEs, because I was dealing with so many SMEs who needed nil tax return forms. It's like I wanted an app where they just go and sign the form and it's automatically launched with the IRC.
Oh, that's
And then I didn't know how to create an app. So it meant me going and looking for somebody who I'm going to pay my hard-earned money to pay them and not know how they're going to code this thing. This is where in 2021, I had no idea about coding, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I could not take that risk. Like, I knew within myself I did not want to take that risk. I needed to know how to code or at least this process so I have faith in who I'm going to go and give my money to. And then I tried to sign up to coding courses and just, it was not
doing everything yourself.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't have time for this, man. I registered this thing. I need to be producing money.
It's like learning a language.
Yeah, coding is like
I could not.
language.
Yeah, I could not. Could not doesn't mean I'm limiting myself. It's I'm choosing like, no, I'm not gonna do this.
You're paying someone to write a book in Chinese, but you don't know Chinese.
Yeah, like
So
someone who has so much, financial backing, maybe you wanna do this. That's up to you. That's your risk.
And that person could just write gibberish in Chinese and sell it to you, and then that wouldn't work. But being able to verify and
have a certain level of comfort and belief that what you're doing is you're gonna take the fall if it doesn't work out. So I was not willing to do that. So somehow I had to pivot from that, and then I found that actually I started talking to more and more SMEs, and I realized it's not about filing nil forms. If they get a line like filing nil form, then you're lying about what you're actually making in your business, because you just nil form na bami escaping tax.
Right, yeah.
Thing him. And then I was like, okay, now I need to actually focus on business education. Why you actually need to do bookkeeping, why you actually need financial statement and the process, because people come to me or SME that are not quite aware, like tax return. I'm talking tax return, we must make a financial statement blue past them. I can't do your tax return without your financial being there. And then, okay, financial, then you must give me business bank statement blue. And then ghosted. Like, okay, they didn't understand why they needed to give me the bank statement. They don't really, on the other side, they don't trust me. So I need to come out from being Hello Taxman logo to Vanessa, this person you can trust to give your bank statement, because that is something that people feel personal.
It is,
but for us accountants, we're like, who cares? Just give it to me.
It's just numbers on the sheet, right?
Now I just want to organize it and, just get into my accountant geek
But then
zone.
for a lot of people, it's the insecurity of like, oh my gosh, she's gonna know how much I make and how where I spend, where my bad habits are.
But the thing is, like, we don't care. We were taught to do this. Like, it's our thing. Like
to you guys, it's just numbers. From my perspective, it's like, of course. Fuck now.
now that I've been empathetic towards it, then I'm like, of course, I need to, be someone they can trust and be open enough to be vulnerable with their statements to me. And you were saying?
No, I mean, it's like going to the doctors. It's like going to the doctors. I mean, you buy same losik blue and you'll just put it off until things are about to fall off, and then you go.
You go, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Yeah, you should have came to me earlier.
You should have come when it was like a spot and not a lesion.
I was gonna say that because that's one of my experiences, like through the non-fertility period. I had to go to the doctor, and being a woman, you need to get looked at and all that. And I'm like, man, but to get to where you wanna be, you have to go through some uncomfortable situations. So to find financial clarity, now we're going to selling the accountants. To find your financial clarity, to know exactly if you're doing profit or not. That's an accountant's job in business. If you didn't take accounting, you can't calculate profit. Your profit is from just buying this thing and selling it at that price. Well, while an accountant, we look at the entire business operation and organize all that into a financial statement to tell you if you really did profit or not on the entire business, not just you buying this product and reselling it. Yeah.
Because I like how you put it in the perspective of like what profit actually is. Because when I would, like, for me, profit is like income, product price.
Half the island got on fire. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was scary.
And then Dwayne Johnson and Oprah tried to raise funds through charity, and then everyone just ended up roasting them.
I know very little about that too. I don't have an opinion. You don't.
I didn't hear about the roasting of Oprah.
Oh yeah, no, they got roasted.
They got roasted. They were like, why are these billionaires telling us to donate? When they're billionaires, they should give their own money.
But then, to me, what doesn't make sense is like, what not makes sense, but what seems to be more than a coincidence was that they both have properties on the island, but their properties weren't
affected by that
at all. No.
And they wouldn't house people on those properties, the displaced peoples.
And there's just like a lot of other instances where they just seem too fishy. Like the Wi-Fi went out. They stopped the water a day before the fire. They banned drones from flying on the day the fire was. Like drones to do, drones can do surveillance and see where the fire's at and send out the fire trucks and all of that. And then they stopped the traffic from coming out of that place. So there's just a whole lot of...
It's very tinfoil hat type stuff. Government conspiracy
stuff, yeah. I'm sure Netflix is going to do a movie on it soon and
Netflix
really lie to us.
Channel.
Anyway, going back to profit, what my understanding of profit was like, you get a product, you minus the expenses it took for you to sell that product, and whatever's remaining is like, profits. And then you can like, I make money. But then when you came in, you told us that profit is when you accumulate everything in your business, all the little expenses, bus fares, flex cards, data, all of it, monthly rent, and then what's left of it, minus tax.
There's profit before tax and then profit after tax.
Right,
It's the real profit.
It's the real profit.
And interest if you have a loan. If you make interest payments, if you have a loan to finance.
First of all, you shouldn't start a business with the loan.
Depends on your business.
Really?
Some businesses need a loan to start.
Interesting.
Huge capital, machinery and all those kind of things. But you mean
SME shouldn't. But then it depends on the type of SME, right? If you're going to be in a construction and you need massive capital,
physical assets.
Then you should. But then if you want to go get that, you're going to have like a business plan, like a profit return thing.
All the paperwork
in place before you
apply for the loan, and the person who's going to see the application and say you're legit or not and approve it, give you the money,
they'll see through that. Okay. There's not a lot of investors in Papua New Guinea, right? Like private investors.
Not that I know of. I heard it's something people are thinking about.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Because like that show like Shark Tank, how people just go and pitch their ideas.
I mean, we don't really have like a big manufacturing industry too. I mean, if someone was coming out with a product, like a new way to, I don't know, like.
Oh yeah, you mean like Shark Tank related of like an actual product?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have a big industrial there. In Leh, there is like a.
Yeah, there is, but that's more like food products. Not like for one-off if you're trying to prototype something and then release like a quick batch and, test the market. You can't really do that.
No, you can't, yeah. Plus, we're not really that innovative. Not to say that people aren't innovative, but in terms of like physical products.
No, I mean, as big as we are, we're still on an island.
Yeah, and we're a third world.
Like, yeah. No, I mean, like, it's hard to get like raw materials
inside,
and process them.
Export, import, all that
stuff. Yeah.
FX.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're like
shipping,
like you had an idea about something and you're like, oh, okay, the machine you'd need to do it, they don't sell it here, so you'd have to import it here. So you'd have to, get a loan, stuff like that, and then you're gonna have to sell it to the bank,
So the bank is like our only investors.
I mean, right
now.
That I know of.
Yeah.
Unless someone's sitting around with cash that they don't really.
And the informal, the people who.
Shark Tanks. I mean, loan sharks.
Yep.
Not Shark Tanks. Loan sharks.
But how?
Loan sharks. Yeah. There are some really.
I've seen. Yeah.
I saw one on Instagram now. I was like, yo.
Payday time. You'll see like Mark X's and like Harriet and stuff.
Before it's like they used to. Do they still do that? Like take your cards and stuff.
Yeah.
The Instagram one. Yeah. You give your ID to them and your personal belongings.
Bank card. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really unregulated.
Yeah, it's very Yeah. But then people.
What's regulated? Yeah.
But then people who do that, they actually make money from the loan sharks, right?
Oh, well, if they show me the financial statements,
okay.
and I know it's legit, maybe I can say yeah.
But is it like a legal tender here? Or?
To be a financial institution, you need like
a
proper licensing.
So it's illegal.
But I mean, there's people who lend out money like that. There's no recourse for that. So the only thing they could do is intimidate, bully, and I mean, if negotiations break down and someone's avoiding you and running away, and that causes social problems, people attacking people, stuff like that.
So then, like, if the cops were to instigate something like that and go, then definitely it's like they're not following. Like, there's no legal action you can take. It's just bullying. Pressuring.
I mean, the payday loans are like and they need some cash, so you go give them 300 kina, and then you have to like chase them, follow them up, something like that. But if you had to like give someone like 10, 15,000 kina, it's probably best to go to a lawyer, get stuff drafted up, say you're gonna do it like this, and then get it registered at a courthouse, stuff like that.
Otherwise, it's like tokosem, me tokosem, and then it's just like word and like
hearsay and stuff. Because like then there's legal recourse, and you can go and file insolvency papers against them, and that's if they don't want to file for bankruptcy.
Anyway, going back
to profit calculation.
Profit calculation. Walk us through the new course coming out on the profit calculation, because what I learned in the masterclass was two things, right? The profit thing, and the other thing is like you and your business are separate things. You are not your business. That was like a wow moment in my head.
That is module number 1.
Okay,
again,
great.
You are not your business.
Great.
Because for finance management, that is so important. To manage your money, it's so important for you to separate business from personal, so that when you're giving your accountant your bank statement, or when you're working with an accountant, it's easier. It streamlines it when you keep all your money for your business in your business bank account, and when you want to use the personal, you put it into your personal account. And
let's try to differentiate like 5 transactions. What identifies as personal and what identifies as business expense?
You kind of answered it earlier when you said everything to do with running your business is business expense. Everything outside of it, it's not business, it's personal.
Yeah.
And I've had this from like others. How am I gonna separate myself? Because I am my business. So when you get paid, when you want to use your money from your business, there's rules in business for that. You're gonna pay yourself as a salary. If you're a company, a local company, that's a salary. No other way. You're not just gonna get it out as a owner's drawing if you're a business name, if you're registered like a business name. So there's rules around that because there's tax implications on how you take money out of your business. So you got business name for your business and you're taking money out. The accountant is gonna book that as owner's drawings. And you're gonna pay tax on that because that's not tax deductible. That's for personal use. You get it? So this tax gonna apply. If you take it out as salary or if you're booking it through your Bime Textile logo, make it podcast below me and part of business below me, you can reason it tied to your business, then that's business expenditure, which most business expenditure is tax deductible. So it lowers the tax. Ultimate tax that you have to pay depending on your legal entity setup.
So that is one way you can like lower your taxes.
That is the main way. Yeah. Main way.
So everything that you do that's tied to your business, you just note it and then put it in the description.
Yes, and that's like my course is trying to drill that into people's brains because I've had friends come, oh, what if we do this and do that and we avoid tax? It's like, do your business and keep your records. And most of it will be tax deductible. But, that's me saying it to someone who's never worked with an accountant, and who's never run a business before. So now, like, I want to educate people. Hey, it's possible. It's not just the big businesses getting all these tax holidays. We imagine them. You can be getting it if you are financially educated on how tax works at a minimum level, at just a minimum level, which is keeping proper business records. You keep the records, give it to an accountant, qualified, na mipa ba working blue you.
Right.
That was a sales pitch.
Yeah. No, but that's good because, like, if I was to do a report, like a monthly report for myself, I think like 90% of the transactions is like business related, right?
Yep.
If I look at it, and then you have to take into consideration, like, you should really, if you're doing like personal stuff, like go to your family or buy lunch, no, cousin, blue, kind of same, then it's personal. So it's like you have to get it off your fortnight. So actually pay yourself. That's strange too. Like if you're running a small business, it kind of feels weird for you to pay yourself, but you have to get used to that, right?
Yeah, and depending on I'm bootstrapping my business. I use my life savings to start off my business. I'm still using, and I don't pay myself because I'm bootstrapping. Like I want to get it to a place where I'm paying back all that money that I loaned out from myself. So
bootstrapping. It's to those who don't understand what bootstrapping is, explain it.
Yeah, no, good question. I was like, hopefully we come to this and we have. So bootstrapping is using your own money, which the majority, I'd like to think the majority of us SMEs are doing. Like we're not, the narrative is, mi pahad logo kisi loan lo bank, or bank got plenty kind or, requirement and we don't meet it. We don't know how to meet it, blah, blah. So we're starting these businesses from our own money. Mi kisi lo salary, or I don't know where we got it from, but from
mostly from a lot of people from salaries.
Or we borrowed from our One Talks, blah, blah, blah. Well, I got it from my savings from 10 years of work.
Must have fallen outside.
So it's using your own money to start your own business, and it's really, really important to identify that in your business records, however you are, because your accountant is going to calculate your profit and your taxes on this, and all that money you're putting into your business. If you talk about revenue, ember taxable. Don't. It's not revenue. It shouldn't be taxable. It's accounted for in your balance sheet. Now we're going, and your accountant will do this for you, so you know exactly how you're tracking along with your business venture, how much you've invested, how much is actually revenue from selling whatever you are, which is taxable, and then all your expenses, so you can get your profit, know your net profit. I mean your net worth, and all worth. that kind of thing.
Net worth. That is so. Explain a little bit on net worth. How do you? You just did, right?
Well, for a business, I don't know how to calculate for a personal brand. You know, like how they say all the celebrities are worth this what, but their business is worth. So, like as an accountant, I just know how to calculate it as an accountant on the financial statements, which is your net assets.
Net assets, okay.
So total assets
minus total liabilities. Your equity. Yeah.
Equity. Yeah. Equity? What do
equity? I don't know. British, American.
Yeah, whatever. UK. That's the thing about us, we can use, like some people use UK language, and then some people use American, and then there's Australian. I'm sidetracking. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. What's module 2? Module 2 is the taxes. So how to estimate your taxes, the maximum amount, and how to legally just all the juices past these things, like the spell on us. How to legally reduce your taxes, which is basically through keeping proper business records. So the course takes you through keeping your business records in a organized manner, so in the cloud using current technology, so we can move you into online accounting system. And I know I've asked this before, but what are some like cool like softwares? Like you mentioned the cloud, right? Yeah. Is it Google Drive or is there another like?
So in my course, I'm gonna do the examples in Google Drive, but you can use whatever you use you're comfortable with using. It's just the same concept of setting up this filing system and building the habits to maintain using this system until you get to a point where you can go to the accountant and get your financials done and get your eyes on the real state of your business financial health.
Because I know there's softwares like Zoho, MyBooks, QuickBooks, Zoho, and all of that.
QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks myself, but next year I'm going to Xero. That's the Xero.
Xero. Yeah, is it Xero or Xerox?
Xero. Xerox is like the printing.
The printing
printer and all that.
So it's Xero.
Xero with no X at the end.
Yeah, with no X at the end. Okay. Yeah. So QuickBooks. I mean, I think I'm using Zoho right now.
Zoho.
Because it's tied to my HubSpot. So I used it's the free CRM that I know I'm using free stuff.
No, that's fine.
HubSpot is not paying me to say this, but it's a really. I sent you the link, right? Yeah. It's a great CRM system that helps me keep my invoices in sequence.
Explain what a CRM is, just quickly.
Oh, it's just like a customer relationship manager. So a CRM is the acronym for that is customer relationship manager. So it basically tracks your emails, your quotes, your invoices, and then it sends you. I really like it because it sends you, like, if you send an invoice and it's been like a week or whatever date you put, that's the deadline, it's going to email you a prompt saying, okay, this is overdue. And if you have received that payment and you didn't mark it as paid and entered it as like a recorded payment, it will also notify you that this is like overdue, so you have to mark it and put it. So that is something I learned from the course, which is great, and I've been loving using that. And now I'm trying to get into a part where I want to set goals. Or like, there is an option where you can set like a monthly KPI, or like a quota, and then you can track it and see where your most productive days were, most sales were, and that kind of stuff. You can link it to your website too, so it like. There's a payment gateway, but I haven't linked it yet. Think I'm gonna figure out how to do that, where people can just pay online.
Yeah, that's another can of worms. The IPG, right. that is. But hopefully,
for Relay, they have that gateway, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm on Relay. Yeah.
Talk to me about Relay. How is it for you so far?
So other people too will know, because you've used Relay to take my first course, and I know you've done other courses before online. So you know the interface, you know the experience of doing an online course, which other people that I've spoken to are not quite aware of what an online course is, like a recorded one in a platform. They're just like, oh, you make your online class, or you make your online training like on Zoom, or
It's funny to me that it's still like a new concept here, but the online teaching community in general there's a lot of potential here in PNG, and in the world in general. like education online, because a lot of people don't really like, especially for introverts who can't, or people who learn at their own pacing. Online courses are perfect for you because you can. There's no time bound barriers. There's no, except for exams. Of course, there's a time limit of like 20 minutes. You have to submit it and do everything on that day to get certified, like the Google certification process that you do, which are free, by the way. Go on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Google certification stuff and Meta, like for social media, if you want to learn stuff about social media, free courses available. You can go and do it at your own time. But yeah, the education space is new and that is shut down as well. Ford has gone on, which is congrats to Relay for signing them. That's like a huge milestone for the education system in PNG. And for me personally, I think in the future, there's going to be a lot of people getting on Relay and like teaching in general, the education space, because it's just the future. I mean, everybody's going to learn online now.
Yep.
But
no, I mean, it democratizes teaching. I mean, not all the teachers are the same. Some teachers are way better than other teachers.
There's a skill to teaching, which is what I had to learn to try and rebuild this course. I didn't have the teaching skills that I needed to build an online course at the level I wanted to do an MVP of it.
Right, okay.
I mean, a viable product. So I had to actually get a coach. So last month, September, I kicked the bucket and I paid for a coach, online course strategist to actually help me get myself around building this.
The whole concept of it,
concept of building a course and delivering it, a curriculum, because I was just, just off the top of my head, gets fire na go, Burkin Bus na about, and you got some value. It's not like there was no value in what I did in the masterclass, but now, like I said, packaging it into a course that gives a tangible result. So my first course, which you took, didn't have quite a tangible result. Yes, you ticked off some stuff on your checklist, like, I don't have a system for this part of my business, for sales, processing, blah, blah, blah. But the next course I want to build is you actually building a system that you use. You can use. It's tangible. It transforms you from point A to point B, that you now got a system. You got skills, processes, tools to use that system. And there's a skill to teaching it so that people are not going to fall off out of your course, and so that you communicate it to influence your learner to be motivated and inspired to finish this course and get that outcome that you promised them. So that was the whole learning part. Then I saw my weakness, my gap, the skills that I needed to build were teaching skills.
What are some key takeaways like from you taking that strategic course?
Oh my. Yeah. Number one was, where does this course fit in my business structure, like in my business model?
Wow, yeah.
And like it was something like, it's on the top of my brain, but she made me really look at it, like, where is it in your business? Where are people coming in to get it, and where will they go after it? After that, man, it made me so confident about how I'm building this business. Of course, Mr. Adam said I have a skill to do bookkeeping, to do taxes, but like, how are you gonna organize your business out of it so it's a machine that's running? It's a business, not just like something you just get in every now and then and just burkin bus number. Like, I want to build a business. So she was like, where does it fit in? And then I was able to say, yep, this is the low ticket offers. Like, she took me, what's free, what's your lead magnet, how are people finding you? Okay, on social media, I have a free lead magnet that exposes them to what it could look like, which I have a finance management checklist that I don't promote too much, but I will be. And then this course, like, yep, they learn these things, and then what next? Next now, me like come work one time or make him do their books. And in that process now, it's like, okay, you qualifying people while you're getting paid. So I don't want to do books I can't do books for any kind of person, and you don't want to serve everyone.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people you want to work with, and certain people you don't want to be bothered with. I mean, that's just a cold hard fact of.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's the reality of life. Not everyone is your customer. So now, like, if that person can get through my course, then like I've qualified them. And if they didn't, you still walk away with a set of knowledge, like a set of skills, with something. You've been exposed to something, because this course I'm leaving it or like to be open online, evergreen. You can go back in and see.
Oh, okay, great.
So you can go back and see where you missed out, and you can use it in any type of business you run as an individual entrepreneur. So it was fitting in the first takeaway, fitting it into your business model. Where does it lead your customer to your high ticket? So this one is a mid-ticket offer. So like 300, 400, 500 kinas mid-ticket for my business, and then it leads you to the bigger offer that now we do your whole bookkeeping. And she's like, how are you going to price your high ticket? Or by paying by month, or like if they're concerned about pricing, you pay monthly some amount, like you have to break it up into payment terms, like just designing your business so it's not like, you're going to drop a huge amount and people are like, no, bye, I'm gone.
You have to give them the reason why or give them like
options, payment options. So you don't chase.
But they don't want to have like too many options where it's like
three maximum. So
minimum, maximum.
Yep.
And then the middle ground.
If
you're trying to sell the highest, make the minimum.
There's a whole there's a whole skill set, like techniques to pricing. It's awesome. But that's the first one. And the second one, the biggest takeaway, which I think you'd really benefit from, is your ideal customer. Who is that person? You have to zero it in so much
so that you figured that out.
And I had two in mind. Like that's why I was getting confused. And she went through this process, like, where is this person? What does he do? What does she do? Is it a male or female? And I was like, no, don't man, I married one time. Like, one plan, and no, go, keep on going. And then I had this customer, and it was a female over 35. And then we kept going, and then she's like, no, you don't have the right one. And then I realized this female over 35 is the one most like me, who has the kid, who has the partner, and doesn't have time to do the self-paced course, because this first version is self-paced.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, who's that other one that you're missing out? I said, it's the single guy that doesn't have the family obligations, that can do this course by themselves. They're kind of self-motivated enough. They have time and space away from family commitments of our wife and children and that kind of school pickups and all that kind of thing. And then she's like, who's the name your customer? And I named him Matthias.
Thank you.
I named Matthias because I had the other client was the one, the lady was the one that I offer the program, like with the support, with my support and with scheduling time during the day, which is another part of a course. Like you can build your course to have full support, or you can build it for the self-paced self-learner and offer like a Facebook group, like a community where if they do have, totally doing that, where they can go and, post their questions there. So you're not managing your time as well.
You can manage, easier.
So number one, you have to know where this course falls in your business, where it goes in your business model, and who your customer is. It has to just narrow down so narrow. So when you're building this course, it's totally geared to the Matthias.
Matthias out there? But that's like, you've gone to another level now. It's very niche down, which is great.
It has to be.
Specifically targeting people.
It has to be, so you can build confidently and guarantee the result for the person. Like you said, you were trying to do photography. It's like, photography for who? Because not everyone who wants photography wants it for the same reason. We all want it for something. Like, I want to learn photography, but I don't want to learn it at your level. I want it for just for my business, my social media thing. I don't want to get all these cameras and all that kind of thing. It's gone off again, right?
Damn,
just like that juicy part
already.
Right? It's so crazy. Oh my God. Emmy knows. He's been on this before. Where were we? Oh my God. Niching down,
Niching down,
to your customer.
The Matthias.
To the Matthias.
For photography and stuff, if you want to do a course.
I wanted to do it we got on relay at about the same time, or I got on after you. And I started it's funny. I put the camera in front of me, and then I was like, okay, you want to learn about photography? 3 things you need to know: ISO, shutter speed, f-stop. And then I went on and I did like a 30-minute video, and I had like different segments, and I wrote down like, and then I watched it back, and I was asking these questions, and then I was like, what if they don't know about this? And then I was like, okay, I gotta make another subsection with this one, and then what if they don't know about this? Oh, okay, so oh my god, so go watch these other videos. I realized I had to create a whole playlist of videos that explains certain little details of like, it's crazy, man. So to build a course is definitely not easy, and you have to be detailed, and
there needs to be a course on building a course.
There are so many
courses
of them,
I took one of the courses.
I invested in like 2 of them before I realized that I need course curriculum. It's the curriculum that I didn't have.
You have to have lesson plans,
scripts. Like I script everything down. Like she gave me the whole template, lesson outcome, course outcome, module outcome, lesson outcome, lesson activity, script.
So I kind of relate to that, because when my mom used to teach, she had
at least
little sections, like, okay, this is the lesson, this is the subject, this is the subtopic, this is the outcome, this is the test, this is the quiz, this is the assignment. Bro, teachers don't have it easy, honestly. It's a thing. Like, Craig, I give kudos to the teachers out there, yo.
Yep.
You guys are doing well. And it's not easy. You have to do all of that just for one subject. And then you got to do multiple subjects. So it's like, bro, that's a whole other thing. But going back to the digital side, the thing that makes it easy is that now you can go back and like relearn stuff. Like the teachers in the past, you have a textbook and you have notes, and then that's it, right?
Yep.
But then now it's like, it's always online.
You can go back and watch it again. What did you miss out? Yeah, that's the beauty of the course. Like, you're going in person to do this training, a masterclass, which is not recorded. And then you forget something, and like, all talk me forget. But with an online course now, you can go back and revisit it. I mean, that's why it's taking so much time to like build your course, plan it out. So, when people go back, they're like, you're not making any stupid mistakes, or, something that they can nail you on. But it's all nicely set out for
the learner's
coming
so far?
benefit.
Like, have you built the video catalog?
So I've got a checklist there, and the plan is to launch module 1 by December. So I can finish this year saying at least I did something, I launched it, and then I drip it next year. So
module 2,
module
3,
module 4, 5. So I've got 5 modules.
You're gone, what's the space in between releasing each module?
Oh, I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Good question then.
I hope by month. It really depends on, my timetable, because with the kids it's quite challenging to space it out. But my son goes to school next year in February.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
At least maybe, it's a new dynamic in my life to figure out timing. But I hope I don't leave people, waiting too long. But it's a beta. It's the beta run, so it'll be the cheapest price I'm ever going to put it out at. Okay. So jump on it if you like cheap stuff.
That's me. That's the Matthias. Okay, so 5 months, 5 courses. I mean, I'm just saying 5 months, but it might be...
It might be less. No, let's say less.
Okay, it might be less. Yeah, that's interesting. It's something to look forward to doing. We want to walk us through the other models, or?
So the model 3 is about cash is king. Cash is king, so you got to dominate it. So that's basically, how do you...
When you say cash, you mean liquid or hard? Like, is it liquid cash or...
Any cash. So in
physical,
in business, it's putting that cash into your bank account or holding it in your hand. And the big misconception or the myth I hear is, maybe just cash only transaction, and I get away from the tax man, which works. Like you don't report.
Really? So cash, like you
the buy markets, it's all cash on hand. I mean, they're not even registered, but let's not go to buy market. But if you legally have a registered business and you want a TIN certificate, you're supposed to report everything and pay tax on it. And people don't want to do that, so they go cash only. But for if you want to grow a business and you're going to go to those investors and the bank, you need to prove to them that you're growing. And if you're hiding your cash, you're not going to prove to anyone that you're growing and you're going to get this loan. And, it sabotages your business growth, your ability to confidently reach out to investors and grow your small business into something bigger.
Unless you're like selling drugs, and you can make, tens of thousands of kina overnight.
And no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not give, but that's what, sorry, sidebar. But like, there was this book, I don't know if you've read it, but it's called Super Freakonomics. It's about these guys.
The black market.
No, I mean, these were like economists, and they were looking at like crime and things that were like sort of looked down upon, and how economically it would affect the like people, like the economy and stuff. So one of the things was drug dealers. So there are those big like Pablo Escobar, the El Chapo, those guys, and then the small to medium drug dealers who only deal drugs just to raise funds and capital.
Yeah.
So they can go and invest in legitimate business. You could sell heroin or cocaine, get $300,000-$400,000 over a year, and then you can go and build like 5 McDonald's.
Right.
And get cash flow through there, because like a McDonald's is very profitable. Like, I mean, those franchise businesses.
Oh yeah, the franchise
start
business.
A car wash or whatever.
Yeah, the concept of McDonald's is actually quite interesting, because I didn't quite understand it until I watched the movie. The
Founder.
The Founder, yeah. Because what they do is like, they're into real estate, right? It's like you build the land. They own the land. They own So you build the place, and then they'll supply you the food and the what, and you actually take profit from that.
Yeah, but I mean, unless like a boy market can make you like 100,000 kina in 2 months, and I don't.
Moving on to the third module, cash is king.
Cash is king. Yeah. Well, I was talking about how people like to or think that using cash only in a business, they get away with
not
paying taxes, which it happens. But for people who want to grow their business, go and get those loans and prove to the banks that in their financial statement that their business is growing and they deserve that loan and it can grow more, then you need to be recording everything, cash in your hand and cash in the bank, as in your business bank account. So for an accountant to do your books, we need your business bank statement, and you need to set up a system where you're recording those cash transactions that don't happen in your business bank account. And you give it to us, and then we'll create financial statements out of that information. For small business, that's all it comes from. You're not getting a loan or anything. You're just doing, even if you get a loan, it comes in your bank account, right? So that's where we get that information to create financial statements. Literally, in your financial statement, you'll have your business bank account and another one, petty cash or cash on hand. And then all that gets filtered into those two main financial statements, your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet. And that's when you know your financial health. Your cash is king. It's literally the king. And then in your hands, it's king. If you don't, you can be profitable but not have cash, liquid cash in your hand. So that's a different thing. Yeah. So cash is king.
Cash is king, yeah. When you're bootstrapping, like, and you deal with cash, like a majority of the times, if you put money, like, say, if I do a photography gig, right, and someone pays me 700 kina for like an hour photo shoot, if I take that money and if I buy lights, is that considered an investment back into the business? Or?
Yep, that's business transactions. If you keep the trail in your bookkeeping system, even if you're not using software, I got 700 kina from this client in your CRM, Zoho Books, or in your spreadsheet, wherever. Yeah. And then 700 kina, you got buy later, you keep that receipt. That's your ticket for the tax deduction.
Right.
That's your ticket. That's the one that you'll pay less tax because it'll deduct 700 kina. So really simple tax calculation. 700 kina sales, that's taxable. If you set up a local company, 30% is tax. And then if you bought that light for 700 kina, minus, that's tax deduction, zero tax you're paying.
Zero tax. Oh, okay.
Keep that receipt. That's the ticket.
So if you don't take a picture of that receipt, put it on
a cloud drive, buy my course, and I'll give you my whole system. Put it there. It's saved there forever. Your computer won't crash and you'll go looking for it.
Right.
It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud.
It's funny because
lives forever.
This guy, our landlord, his computer broke down, and his entire history of files is there. And now I've been tasked to recover those files.
Boy, don't got a history of files.
No. Yeah, so it's like cloud drives, bro. They're important. You should get it. And it's like what 99 cents on Google to get extra storage.
Okay.
But 15 gigs is enough. I'm saying extra storage because it's me. I bought extra storage because I need it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna to send videos to clients or whatever, I need at least.
Plus, it makes it easier to share. You can just send someone.
Yeah, I'm doing that because if you're gonna send, I'm gonna do your books. You just share that folder to me, and I got your whole financial records there to put into the cloud drive. Man,
it's so much easier.
Yeah, man. You have no idea.
Rather than carrying a huge.
I'm not gonna deal with the paper files. No one wants to deal with that.
No. And even if you'd scan it and put it on your local laptop or whatever, when someone requests it, you'll have to wait an hour or 30 minutes, however long it takes for you to upload the file and then send that off.
Yeah.
So easier.
Depending on the internet. If the internet craps out, then you wait indefinitely until it comes back, and that just prolongs everything.
Yeah, that's the thing about PNG. You can't have
land of the unexpected.
Three things, right? You can't have power, internet, and water. So if the power goes out, the water and internet is there. Or if the power goes out, the power and the internet is down, but the water's there. So if the water and the power, you can't.
When the landowners strike, everything went off for one night.
Yeah, that thing is personally the people I don't know what their situation's like and why they opted for that pathway, but they felt like they were owed that much money, so the government paid it. I don't want to put any thoughts in anybody's heads. What do you think about it? You want to talk about it?
Not really. Not my.
No. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
obviously cash is king because it opened up everything again.
Yeah, right.
Cash is king.
Gangsta.
Cash is king, yeah. Everybody responds to money, honestly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
Money talks.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, moving on to the fourth.
Our fourth module now is using the storage. So I give my filing process, my exact naming protocols, just details, the tool I use, Cam Scanner, and how to file it in those folders that
You use Cam Scanner? That's crazy.
Yeah, I use Cam Scanner.
I don't, but okay.
Yeah, it's I just got used to it, so I'm just that's what I'm gonna put out. I got a really good phone now, but I still use Cam Scanner. I don't know.
There's a lot of options out there.
I know why, because renaming the file on my phone is harder than how I do it on Cam Scanner. If I take the photo, then I can rename it, and same time I upload him cloud, and I'm done. I am done.
Okay.
Takes less than a minute.
Taking a picture, going edit, upload.
Okay. Efficiency. You want to streamline everything. Time is the real money, actually. Time is the most precious thing. You can always make money.
The data in a presentable format that makes sense. Really.
Yeah, we need to have it in date order in accounting. Accounting, time and money
order,
go in line. Yeah.
You can't have receipts out of order, right? You have to have the dates in place.
Dates in place, so you're tracking profitably according to time, because profit depends on time. You can make profit in 1 year, but 6 months before that you weren't. So your financial statements have to be in chronological order.
If you were to not be up to date with taxes, 1 year into doing business, you have to start from the.
We have to start from your books.
From the beginning?
From the beginning till that time. That's a really good thing, because that's number 5 topic.
Number 5, yeah. Number 5,
where I step into that, because I've had this misconception from others as well. Let's scrap it and start new. I'm like, nah. That saying? You don't know where you're going until you know where you came from. And that applies to finance as well. Until you know where you've been, all the mess up, all the things that then you can find financial clarity.
Damn. Okay.
So we have to go back, and because
I'm escaping, guys. Sorry.
And I must say, to 1 year you make a business, now you think you make a profit, but calculate tax. Then your profit is probably wrong because the tax is part of the business expense. One of my topics in module 1 is tax is like PECs.
Tax is like PECs.
Yeah. Because,
Are we talking about the same PECs?
That shit,
Tax is PECs.
Tax is like PECs.
Like pegs.
No, PECs, PEX.
Yeah, okay, PECs. Okay.
Yep. Because you gotta clean it up, otherwise it's
your
gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna start stinking too.
Yep.
Man. So with the IRC website, I mean, it's very complicated, and I noticed you're doing some videos to like break down where to go and what to do. And what was the reception like on that? Have people found it helpful? Or?
Yeah. The one more popular is the IPA ones recently because I've been promoting that. I haven't promoted. Like when you're doing a business, you actually have to promote your stuff. Like MK knows.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, no one's gonna watch it. You have to consistently be promoting it, and then you get the views. So I haven't promoted the tax return one. I've promoted the IPA one, so people go.
Yeah, you welcome IPA.
No, the IPA lady. What's her name? The assistant registrar, Harriet Kokiva. She actually commented on my videos, in LinkedIn and on YouTube. Like, oh, good job.
Yeah, that's good. No, because
I made it.
It's good. There's not a lot of education around those kind of things.
By educating them, you're doing their work for them.
Yeah, helping them
awareness
out.
And stuff
there is an entire department dedicated to actually educate people in IPI.
They do. They don't do video though.
Yeah,
they do. Well, I think if they do video, it's not like someone there walking you through. It's like, oh, go here. It's not captivating enough to get the learner to the finish point.
I know they've reached out to me a couple.
They're not
times.
marketing to a broad enough audience.
No,
they're not
or
making
the
it
way
palatable.
you are, the way you're teaching is not effective enough.
They're not making it really consumable.
Consumable. That's the word.
See.
I mean, don't use the segue into me getting a podcast.
There was a segue, yeah. No, but to be fair, I mean, it's just now people are getting onto the internet and trying to learn everything and try to be all self-sufficient. But then again, a lot of people, if you want to start a business, you should really educate yourself. And that's one thing I've noticed that like there's not. Like I had this idea. I'm not sure but I'll just tell you, to have like a area, like an incubator, but online, where if you were to start a business, you go to find out, like you go to people who say if we were in that group, and we'll give advice on like, okay, you want to start this business, okay, have you done the market research? Have you done your books? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? So it's like a hub of, I think there's a physical hub for, people
try to do them,
to support
incubators, like mentorship type?
Yeah, like...
Because like for mentorship, like I would be open to the idea, like me personally, I would like someone like Fleming, the former CEO for BSP,
Yeah.
If there was like an opportunity where I said like, okay, I'll pay you like, I don't know, like 15,000 kina, just let me follow you around for 6 months and just shadow you. You don't have to pay me. I'll take care of my own expenses and let me just follow you around.
Or like an actual mentorship where you...
Yeah, just like an actual where you just a fly on the wall, just peeking over his shoulder, just...
watching what they do.
Yeah, just absorb it, because a lot of the times being in the same physical space as someone, you can find yourself
learning lots of new things.
Yeah, and like physically imitating them.
Yep.
Like it's really
influence.
I mean, influencing. That's like how married couples, like 20, 30 years down the line, they literally become the same person.
Yeah. I know what my husband's gonna say next.
Yeah, because they spend so much time around each other.
Yeah, so if you can be around someone you look up to for a decent amount of time, you'll actually, with
that intention.
Yeah,
if you don't intend that, you're not gonna soak up anything, but you intend to, man.
Yeah,
that's powerful.
Like something like that.
I don't think there's people who do that here.
No. I mean, I read a book one time. This guy was like, you don't need to go to university. You just need to find someone who's successful and then just go live with them.
Do what they do.
not do it, like just be
Just
around
Be
them.
in the presence, in the
Just be
energy.
in the energy,
Yeah.
you know, enable anything like they need done, you do that. If they need their car washed, you know,
Wash
you
their
wash
car,
their
yeah.
car. Or if they need you to like go run errands, you go do that. Or if they need you to go file documents, or you know, help them structure a deal, like just be in this, just be around them, and just soak everything up. Like
What's the time? Like, how much time would you need to be able
as
to?
much
As long
time
as it takes.
yeah, like P Diddy's butler. You know Puff Daddy.
Yeah, I know Puff Daddy.
His butler, like the guy who would do all those like weird jumpy. I forgot his name, but he used to do that, and now he's very successful in his own right. Not as successful as P Diddy, who's like
But
a billionaire,
he's- yeah.
but he's like a multimillionaire. Which you know,
Yeah, it's
shoot
like-
for the stars, land on the moon.
And peer pressure. I mean, it's your peer group,
Yeah.
but intention has to be there. You have to intend to
Yeah.
learn something off that person. Otherwise, you know.
Yeah, otherwise you'd just be hanging around them and then.
And then what?
No, but honestly, like if for people like that, if you don't have good intentions, people who are successful in their own rights, they'll feel your energy. They'll know instantly, and they'll be like, you shouldn't be here. Yeah, or they'll just squat you like. Some of them will be polite. Some of them will be like, just get the fuck out.
Yeah, that'll be super blunt.
Yeah, just be super blunt. But that's one of the reasons why I like hanging around with Jordan a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because like it's just such a great guy to be around.
Yeah.
It was seeing him handle his employees and then talking to you as a friend and then try to talk to other like his clients and whatnot.
Customers.
Yeah, it's just it's like he has a way with people.
He does.
It's just so different and I don't know how to describe it. How would you describe it? Like so high energy type of.
Not high energy, but like also very personable, and he gives across the feeling that whatever you're saying is important, and he's listening to you, and it's important to make people feel like they're being heard by you.
Seen and heard,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you got the person.
Yeah. And I mean, it's basic psychology. Like
Yeah.
a lot of leadership values is like that too. Like you're able to make people feel valued, and it's like a value exchange. You know, like I give you my trust and confidence that you're a good leader. You're gonna take us somewhere. You know, and what you give back is that ability.
Valuable as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Like make me feel like I'm an important part of whatever
Yeah.
we're doing, and like my time, and because like if people feel valued in a place, they're willing to suffer certain things. You know, a lot of startups or whatever, like rugby teams or. You know, like I play for the Valley Hunters this year, and we just had a terrible record. But you know, I like the club culture and the boys there. So like, still like when I could go to training when I was here, I went to training, and when I could play, I played games, and just to be around that because I enjoyed the community
atmosphere
and I
and
felt the atmosphere and being valued. And so that was great. You know, even though we necessarily didn't win and we got beaten, like we lost every game. It was
still worth.
I mean,
worth the trouble.
like,
Yeah.
it was still worth the trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in the right environment, people will suffer almost anything.
Yeah. True.
True.
Okay. Going back, what did we say?
You
were
were
trying to
talking
make up
about
a
the
hub.
incubator
Incubator
thing.
hub.
Yeah, the incubator thing. Yeah, I was thinking about that, or like a startup thing, or like, say if you started a business, all of us who were in that club would all come to your business and buy whatever product that you have, and we will support you, right? If you needed help with social media, we would support you. If you needed help with financials, he would support you, or stuff like that, right? There's no platform like that here. No, right?
No, but that's why, like, I believe in online courses and mentorship programs.
Okay.
And we got the platform Relay, and that's like you don't have to physically go there. You're online.
Yeah.
Like for like a female like me, a mother, I don't want to be driving everywhere to go and sit in a physical hub. I want to be in my house doing this thing online with the mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe you want like it structured that way, but like I feel like it's a bit hard. Like you just have to do your thing and then affiliate marketing, and then you'll be
Affiliate marketing, guys. Click on the links below. No, but seriously though, if I'll put the links below, you guys go click, find out, get the course, Get educated, guys.
Application, yeah. But it's gonna be something like that, because not everyone, like you can't, not the person you want to follow. Is not running the exact business you want to run. There's something about them, and you just after that one thing. You have to have like multiple mentors. Like it's just not one person. Because in business, I know only about tax and bookkeeping. I can't teach you sales. I can't teach you anything outside of my thing, because that's what I'm still learning.
Yeah, that's what you're.
Yeah. So I can teach you bookkeeping, taxes, or help you sell those services to you and that kind of thing. But I'd need another person to teach me sales and marketing. I need another person to teach me human resource management, which is like, I'm just saying the 4 basic parts of a business.
Yeah.
Sales and marketing, your operation. So your operational stuff. I'm not going to go looking for a social media person to teach me how to run an accounting firm. I'm going to go find a mentor that has built an accounting firm. That kind of thing. Operational, then your human resources. How do you manage people? All this energy thing we're talking about, and then the technical side of it, and then finance and bookkeeping. Like that's the 4 body parts, the core parts of a business.
So a lot of SMEs bootstrap, right? We talked about bootstrapping. At what point do you think people should actually get someone that will help them move their business to another level? Like to hire someone on board for you.
When you're making a profit that's able to afford that person's salary, fees, salary, or if you're getting them like you're a business, B2B, if you can afford that contractor.
Have you heard of the one-person business model?
Yes, solopreneur. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, great. That's what I thought about.
Yeah.
Like, which Danco? Do you know Danco?
Dan Covey.
No, Danco. DANKOE.
Maybe I saw his thing, but I didn't follow him.
So Danco has a one-person business model. Is basically one person utilizing their time, like a solopreneur, basically. Yep, so your business model is built around being that one person who, like, you don't have to hire people or have like structure. You'll just have structures in place that'll help you flourish in a one-person environment.
Yep, but you still need a human resource part, which is yourself, and then you might still need to hire, contractors or things outside. But there may be some business model that I don't know about that you can use just pure automation.
In this day and age, there is
AI.
Like you can just automate everything and just be that one guy who makes millions of other people.
The dream.
Yeah, that's the dream.
But that takes a lot of skill and work. It's not just press a button.
No, you can't just wake up and press a button. That's the thing about AI. It's here to help you automate stuff, right? It's not gonna literally take over your job. It still needs the human touch to
you need to feed it for it to give you the result.
But then I think about Skynet and robots taking over the world.
They're not gonna do that yet, bro.
Oh man, because it gets scary. Because I use the programs to edit, right? One of the AIs I used to edit, and it's gotten to the point where it gets so if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, it reads my accent, so it picks out the text and it puts in the correct words, as opposed to 1 year ago when I first started doing the podcast and I used the AI prompt it doesn't really understand my accent. It was built in the American pronunciations and enunciations and all of that stuff, right? But now it's very flexible. You can just pick up any, doesn't matter your accent or your ethnicity, whatever. So it's not racist.
It's always good.
Inclusive.
Yeah, it's inclusive of everything. But anyway, it's been a long one. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think you covered it so well. That's your magic. That's this podcast's magic.
Yeah. We'll talk about podcasts and other podcasts. Hey, guys, if you don't want to go watch New Ned's podcast, I'm going to put that link below. Guys, please get them on. They talk about a lot of good things. You want to go be on their podcast?
Again, yeah. I was there already last year or 2021.
Are you going to do another one?
22, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
And then the Shark 23. Shark 23
Shark 23,
podcast. Shout out to Chan. put the links below too, because so many links. There's going to be so many links in this video, guys. Forgive me.
Take your time, make some tea, sit down, go through all them all.
Yeah. Again, going back, summarizing everything, go check out Vanessa's courses. If you didn't check the first one, I'll put the link as well to the first course, right?
But the first one, I'm going to redo that.
Did you take it down or is it still?
It's still there, but I might take it down. So just say second course, the link.
Second course.
Affiliate link.
Second course, the link is going to be out. Hopefully by the time we're done, the course, is it already out?
No, not yet. Not yet.
When are you planning on releasing
December.
it? December, guys. It's going to be out. We'll update this video by December so we can put the links in the video.
I mean, right now we're in the first week of October.
No, I know, but I mean like...
No, the link, they'll apply and then get all the information about it coming out in December. Yeah. So you can put the link right now.
I can put the link right now?
Yeah. The link is right there. Click below.
Click it. What else? What else do we we covered, what was it?
Just a lot.
Yeah, so much, eh?
There's a lot, yeah. That's what I like. There's so much information, new information.
I'm glad.
There's one thing I forgot to mention. Oh no, we covered you being a new mom trying to juggle everything. What's the word again?
Matrescence. Yeah.
Matrescence. I gotta remember
the transition into motherhood.
The transition into motherhood, yeah. You want to summarize?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, MK. Thanks, Jeremy, for coming here and hosting in this secret location.
Yes. Yeah, secret location.
And for having such good vibes and good energy to get through such a big topic. And for someone like I struggle to talk and just articulate myself. It's easier to do it when you're amongst such good energy. So thank you for your magic.
Thank you.
What's the plan for the future?
Finish the course and launch it. Make some money.
Yes, make some money. Expect great things, guys. No, honestly, at the projection you're going, I'm just gonna make a bold projection and say that 5 years from now we're gonna be completely different space.
Hopefully the IPG gets fixed.
I know, right? I know, right?
Definitely, it's gonna get fixed.
Just open up the economy so much.
Yes.
And I don't have internet speed.
Yes.
Bro, hopefully the internet gets better. Oh man, the bandwidth sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Coral Sea gateway thing is still. Wow.
I'm tired.
So I set it at 27 minutes, so we still got 3 minutes technically.
Yeah.
Coral Sea.
The Coral Sea cables. It's
I don't think it's still up. I don't know, but I will say one thing. I think that game that they played at the NFS, the Prime Minister's 13. I think it was one of the. Was it the first one to ever be broadcasted on KO?
Oh yeah, right.
It was the first one, right?
It was the first one, yeah.
So I think they set up live streaming or however they broadcasted it, and it just chewed up all the bandwidth around Barocco. When that game was on, there were no bars. There was no way you could go online at all. It just congested everything.
Wow, okay.
The whole of September was the crappiest. Like I do a lot of Zoom and I have to stay online a lot.
Right, same.
September, man. I had to get on WhatsApp call with my client to set up Zero and stuff like that. It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. It's just terrible. It's like I said, you have good power, good internet, and good. You can't have all good three. You have either shit power, shit water, and good internet.
But there is hope. There is hope. Let's preach hope.
It's going to be fixed.
It's going to be fixed,
It can only get better.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get better. I say that knowing that there's a lot of bad shit happening right now. Hope for the future. Yes, it's going to get better. Guys, vote for the right people, please.
Yeah, vote for the right people.
Please, I can't say this enough.
Vote
for the right people.
Please.
Not the one who gives you money now.
That's right.
But the one who's going to give you money 10 freaking years from now.
Not money, but value.
Okay. Yeah, what he said.
But cash is king.
Cash is king.
Buy the course.
Buy the course. And then use what you learn to vote.
Yeah. No, actually,
educate yourself.
Freaking educate yourself.
Financially literate.
Yes.
So you can break down some of these, candidates' policies on building SMEs. You can't vote on something if you don't know about it.
Yeah.
Right.
But then people do that. They just vote on some dumb shit.
Because cash is king.
Because cash is king.
Cash is king.
Cash is king.
Man, it sucks. You see, like, if you read some of the politicians, like, when they go out and do their campaigns, if you read, one like grade 8 can write in or something, honestly.
Mate, I want to say names, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
That's why I don't talk about politics, man. We're gonna just badmouth everybody.
It's low hanging fruit.
It is. It is
low hanging fruit.
If you start a comedy club, you can do. You can roast politicians all day.
It's like making fun of someone with special needs. You know.
Here we go.
Hey,